are live. All right, y'all. Welcome back to Town Talk Podcast, Series 2. I'm here with Lil Stunt, Jskip. Welcome to Town Talk.
What up? What up? How y'all doing? Thank you for having us at Town Talk Podcast. Glad to be here all day, every day. So, what we about to get into? What you got for us?
First off, how did Stunt and Skip meet?
Okay. Well, we're definitely both young bucks, kiddos. What year was that? I'd say
it was
first grade.
2001.
First grade.
Summer.
And for sure. And we both met at Madrona K through 8. Come on.
I wonder if we know the initial story of how we met though.
Nah, that's a tough one. That's gonna be your story.
Well, I guess I gotta tell it, man.
Come on, tell it, man.
Maybe bring back memories for Lou. So, me and Lou originally didn't meet like on good terms, technically, because I was already at Madrona for a year, and I already had a best friend, and Lou had already been to Madrona, but he didn't go to Madrona when they relocated to what's the name? Lincoln.
To Lincoln, yeah, when the school's getting rebuilt.
So,
I went to that shot. I took 1 year out.
So Lou comes back second grade, and this is at the barbecue. Before school even starts, I meet Lou at the barbecue because we have a square off like stepbrothers. Because we got the same best friend. And that's I guess fate, because like what fate will tell you, because we had the same best friend unknowingly. I mean 2 different years.
And who was his best friend?
It was D'Angelo.
My boy D-Lo.
Shout out.
Come on.
Bro, But so like being I guess like that's just off the rip, like, just like looking in depth at just like how we already connected. But obviously as you can tell, like we ended up being best friends like soon, like I think it was like during like second grade year, something happened where we had like a real stepbrothers moment. Like I'm saying, like we just like the same shit. We like too much of the same shit because we of course like shared that, that of course best friend mutual, liking shit with, D'Angelo and stuff. But as as us really connecting on, our favorite player was T-Mac.
Ray Allen.
We love the
T-Mac.
same type of hip hop, Kanye,
Man.
and that's what developed really into our relationship of, doing anything that we do, from trying to make stories and comic books and writing films and making music and just being overall creative. Like we can just put that all into a pot, like, and it's easy for us because we're like the same high functioning person, like 2 of us, like at the same time, like in the same creative space. It's just, an unstoppable force. So
Yeah, for surely 2 pots, 2 peas in the pot for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, man. We've always had the same interests, and we was always able to work off each other's, ambitions and what we want from each other or what we want in life. We was able to work together to get it. So,
Yeah.
you make a team, you make a family.
Nice.
Come on. All right, so talk about the parties in the Seattle scene, like growing up, maybe from like middle school and then like starting off into high school, and then how you guys went to different high schools. Get into that.
Man, for us, it all started in middle school for sure. I gotta say, like 7th grade, man, for surely 8th grade. CAYA parties in the CD, of course. Growing up, we definitely had that going. So, I just gotta put that out right here, right now. Our generation came out with the gigs. For anybody
for
gotta
sure.
say anything, man, we definitely came out with the gigs. I don't know,
For sure.
man. It was
No,
crazy
true.
how it all came forth. But shoot, since 7th grade, we was in the gyms going crazy.
Oh
We had a little dance party.
Oh yeah.
We got Mr. Marcus over there coming with the video cameras, recording everybody talking about, I'm about to show your parents what y'all doing.
Man, that's what's crazy is we went to, of course, the K through 8, Madrona K through 8, RIP to being a K through 8. But we grew up in an all black school, in a predominantly black school.
Very
So,
rare to say nowadays
most,
in the city.
yeah,
Yes, yeah.
most of the staff was black, so it was really a village vibe as far as it takes a village to raise, a kid. All of the kids that went to Madrona, that's why they flourished in life. Like I love all my Madrona,
I'm on Madrona
peers,
heads. Yeah.
all my Madrona kids, all my Madrona babies, because man, we were raised by some of the greatest human beings on earth, and I'm forever grateful for that. And for real, like we've had that leg up in society because of that, because the way of we were taught how to move around as being people of color and to have respect and hold your ground and yeah, be thankful for those values, especially when you can grow up in an environment like that. And yeah,
So
It's true.
discuss being at different high schools, but being best friends and still like always tapping in with each other.
well, I think that just goes to show like
And tell us your high schools, by the way.
yeah. So initially they didn't want us to go to the same school. I'll just talk that one up because I was supposed to go to Garfield, but my brother didn't have the greatest history. My older brother, Chiefin, didn't have the greatest history there. So the principal there kind of had it out against my family. So I don't think I stood a chance. But I went to Franklin my first year and some change. But alternative school after that. But Beach Lund, man, you know, once a Quaker,
Come on.
always a Viking, man. That's the motto, man.
Shoot. For me, oh man, it's in my blood. I'm Garfield Bulldog. My siblings, my sister went there. My grandparents went there, so it's always been in the family. So
I started the legacy of that beach live though. Beach Boys, man. We Beach Boys for life, man. Come on.
man, big
Shout
legacy,
out.
big legacy. What?
Come on.
Yeah, so both
Hoopers.
Tina Hendricks and Jimi Hendrix went to Garfield, so like
Yes.
that's we're continuing that legacy.
Come on, come on. My auntie Tracy, she still holds the record for most assists for women's basketball.
Come on.
And she, great, amazing.
Facts.
And so Skip, tell us how you're related to Jimi Hendrix, by the way. Just the quick lineage.
Well, the quickest way to say it, for in layman's terms, I guess, is my grandma was his first cousin. That's just to kind of put it on that perspective. But my great grandma was his aunt and also eventually his guardian. His mom passed, Lucille. So my great grandma is Dolores, and my grandma, I never got to meet her because she passed before I was born from cancer. But my great grandma lived on to raise those next generations, to raise my generation and my little sister's generation and little Silky Sam's generation.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just the power and just like ultimately seeing things in the bigger picture just that she carried is that she has that to her title. She raised, Jimmy, Leon, my grandma, Aunt Roberta, Uncle Bobby, like all these kids, that she had and she just looked out for because, she was just full of blood and, wanted to keep the family in the family, like, wanted no one to really be astray. So
That's the ones you call your walking angels, the ones that walk this earth.
Exactly. So she
Spreading
played a
love.
lot of roles, like, being my great grandma and my grandma because my grandma wasn't here. So spending a lot of time with her was key because my parents were, young parents and they had a lot of kids young. So, I mean, they dropped me off to grandmother's house like any chance they got, Because I mean, my older brother and my older sister were already pretty old. So,
And on top of that, Dolores and Lucille, were they sisters?
yeah,
Yeah, so that's just
and
how we're
Dolores
connected.
is the oldest.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's like you looking out for your little sister. She passes away. You want to take care of everything that she has. And
Mm-hmm.
you want to you want to preserve that legacy. So
Yeah, all the way back to the Jeters.
exactly, and yep, they're Jeters. So Yeah,
And
that's our blood, and that's how closely we're related. Me and Jimmy encountered the same exact people in our lifetime. You know.
yeah, speaking of encountering people, like the Seattle social scene, like as we were growing up, was really like popping off. So talk about like I know like our intern high school back then, we were all in the metro buses. Talk about the farthest you took the bus to go to like a party or an event. Because back then, like the parties were like the place where everyone you seen everybody, you mingled with everybody, you networked early on.
Man,
We moved everywhere. I mean, that's that you hear it in our music, you know, from the east to the west to north to the south.
yeah.
We've been it all. Man, busted in Kirkland, K Town back in the day, 16 and up clubs.
Oh,
Man, Stadium X or X Stadium, not Stadium, but what was it? Stage
Nah, it was Volume.
Volume.
It was Club Volume.
Club Volume was one.
Yeah. Club X.
That's what it
Club X
was.
crazy.
That's what it was.
Fusion Lounge.
Fusion Lounge.
Fusion Lounge. That's yeah. All that was crazy. Like man.
Man.
Diamond.
Club Diamond. Yeah.
Havana. Was
Which
it
one?
Havana? Yeah, that was in like so. I remember they had
There
the
was
dome
another
party,
one.
and
There
they
was
had,
another
like,
one.
Warehouse. That
Yeah.
thing was
Yeah.
big, bro. Man, that was probably one of the craziest parties that me and Lou ever been to. Because speaking of Chiefins calling right now, can we put him on?
I can send him a link right now. One second. I'm gonna share him a link. I'm gonna invite.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put Chiefin on real quick because he's in this story.
All right, one second. So let me add him onto the stream link, and I'm gonna send you this link, and just don't click it. Send it directly to him. 1 second.
You know his number?
This is my mom's MacBook. I can post it in the chat. There we go. Have him join the comment. Tell him about the comment. Chief, if you're there, join the link. I dropped it on the YouTube comment, so he should be able to just hop in there.
Is he joining? Can you tell?
I'm waiting on him.
Chief, and where you at?
But as we're waiting, so I know at some point, all this partying and all that, you guys started rapping. So right around when did you guys start rapping?
It was 8th grade. It was yeah.
It was definitely 8th grade. I have to say, it was the talent show, 8th grade talent show. I didn't end up performing that
It
one.
was before the talent show where we actually started rapping because before, and this is how influential me and Lou are just like on the low key tip because we're so influential that people won't give us our flowers. Like, like we used to beat on the desk because, mind you, our favorite like artists at the time, no matter what anybody dropped, like even the Carter 3 was hot, Lil Wayne was hot. We both still love because Kanye just dropped Graduation, Lupe dropped Food and Liquor, like the CRS, everybody knows remix. We were going stupid on that. Like the Cool Kids.
Oh yeah, the Cool Kids.
That's our
Keith,
like
Mando.
for real. So we were beating on the desk, replicating their beats and stuff.
Homemade,
And we
homestyle
would, like,
beats.
just make funny raps. It'd be like funny little poems and stuff. So like we actually were in language arts class and we were on like a I guess one of the sections in class were like poetry. So the whole like because I forgot how much I did. I think we were on a trimester. It was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
So like for that semester period, we were working on poetry, and me and Lou would just make up these like kind of just ironic, funny poems and stuff, and the teacher was just like, "Oh wow, you guys are crazy. I'll give you guys extra credit. You guys do more." And they were all
part of the literature.
No,
Part of the literature.
that was why they were hilarious. So
Yeah, we got Chief coming in now, man.
Come on, where's Chief at?
Chief, where you at?
Chief, what up?
Yo, you hear me? Yo. Hello? How does shit work, bro?
I'm getting a lot of feedback. Hold up.
Y'all hear me?
Mike. 1 second.
All right.
Well,
I see you niggas.
So I'm gonna start talking about this craziest party ever.
Hold up.
This is
What party we talking about?
parties. So this is at Havana, and me and Lou are like sophomores. Like this is like our sophomore summer. And mind you, when the party came out, like with the flyer, it said 16 and up. And so me and Lou are there early, mighty early. and literally, we get there and the security dude,
Damn, I'm getting hella like
he's
feedback
not
and
even
shit.
checking out.
Huh?
You off only here.
As soon as it's time to open the doors, everybody's getting off their check their ID. Yeah,
I can't hear.
I said 16 and up.
Allah.
Yeah, you get that.
Yeah, I can't hear this shit though.
And he was like, you can check again. You come to, we check again, and yeah, they took that down. Damn. We've been waiting here. You know, we've been waiting here, bro.
This shit's not working.
Okay. I'm gonna let oh, he's left the chat. I had to do it one at a time, like mute us and then let him talk. But he left the chat. Chief, if you can hear me, you can come back. We just have to mute the main audio and let you talk. But yeah.
But I'm gonna try to bring him back. So, so the dude looks at my ID and he's like, "Hold on, you went to Franklin?" And mind you, I guess this is the one time Franklin actually we get you somewhere. And like, it got me into the party. So, yeah, he was like, "I'm a Franklin, Franklin one. You can just slide in, bro." He's like, "It's all love."
And yeah, that's kind of like the powers of knowing people.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, that's just the power of networking and knowing people. You know, shout out to the people who are holding it down. Michael Dixon, original Black Panther name. Come on, man. Seattle Black Panther Party. You know, continuing the legacy. You know, as much respect to those who actually have an impact on the community and stuff like that. It's good to respect your elders. We're highly nice.
All right, we got Chief back in. We're gonna mute our audio and let Chief talk.
Yeah. Hey, can y'all hear me? Cause I can't hear none of y'all. All right. Fuck. I can't hear nothing.
Let's see if I can they hear you?
Test episode, but this is as good as it's gonna get. There's gonna be a lot of technical difficulties. We're still.
There's gonna be a lot. Bring the mic a little bit closer to you, Skip.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So during you guys did the poems, you started getting your rhymes and your bars going. At what point did you guys join the Hendrix Music Academy?
So at first, Tina was not trying to let us slide. Tina thought that because we were, good boys, that she she was true to her statement as being an academy that benefits
At risk.
the at-risk underprivileged youth. And all it took was just that kind of Fresh Prince situation where me and Lou got held up gunpoint, and yep,
Yeah, pretty much.
That
What
was
happened
kinda
with
like
that?
a green light for
Another
us
day
to,
in the
you know,
South,
stay safe during the summer and have like a safe haven to go to.
So what happened with that? You can't just slide by that.
What happened?
You almost losing your life. Like,
Oh,
man, I
yeah,
could
I
let
mean,
you know. I
this
could let
is-
you know. We was walking late night, and we was just walking from Skip's crib, down to late night over in Rainier, and man, we didn't know who it was. And so we just kept walking, mind our business, like basketball and all that. Me, Skip, Rob, Cal, and we all had walking, and next thing you know, Rob just started dipping, starts running past both of us. We're just like, bro, why are you running? Like, are you good? I turn around. And I see these two folks over here with me. I'm like, what's going on now? Here we go. My first natural instinct was to throw my phone in the grass. I already know it's going to go. They got nothing to get from me. That's all I know.
That slipped my mind.
Man, I gave them all the change in my pocket. I really got some coins. I know they're like,
I'm just still stunned at this whole situation because that was gonna come out. I mean, they were my neighbors. I knew who they were. We had just walked past them. So I was like, yo, please let me go. So nothing really, this shit doesn't blow out of proportion like it did, of course, because many things occurred after that. I mean, they tried some crazy shit.
are we back? All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Oh, no. You all good. So just talk normal.
okay.
Yeah. Oh, so we started from the top now?
Not from the top. But yeah, just go back to your story.
So, yeah, they were my neighbors. I don't want to scare the audience. Of course, have these guys looking after me again. I don't know why. I'm not even that type of person. That's just what people. That's what people do when they get caught. Like they want to do everything impossible to make. I don't know. Eliminate you from the situation. Like no one's gonna witness that. Like I don't know. Like
It never happened.
That's yeah.
People never forget.
Crazy people are crazy.
All right, let's change it on to more of a positive note. What do you guys remember about the Country Music Academy and the performances you guys had?
Man, there's a lot of memories.
Yeah, we met a lot of great people through the Hendrix Academy.
There's a lot of tragedies within that too. I mean, it's gonna come out when we're probably famous too. Is that we were in the academy with
not Dre, but Draco, and what's the rest of them?
Oh, but yeah, my guys, YH. I don't want to. It looks disrespectful, but I'm Keith. I'm Keith. You can't hold me accountable for that. It's just all the bros.
But overall, the academy
Yeah.
definitely like taught us like music for one. Obviously, we definitely learned up like on Pro Tools.
But yeah, bro, yeah. There's a lot of things that Tina, of course, taught us at the Hendrix Music Academy, and also gave us the opportunity to give back, and that's where we implemented that in what we do as far as helping out the youth and songwriting and also recording them, and we've recorded other bands, and we've just done other things that we have in our arsenal that made us more comfortable around this, that music atmosphere, which we never really had growing up in a small school and having schools that weren't dedicated to really, I guess, have given kids of color that broad, aspect in learning. Like a lot of white kids that came from the north and already took music class, like everybody took music class and everybody at least had experience with an instrument and stuff like that. We didn't grow up with that, so it was kind of like pick up as you go type thing. And for us doing it every summer in high school, and us being dedicated, every single session, showing up early most of the time, but just being dedicated to just showing up and just trying to do something, making the most out of what we do.
Yeah.
So I mean, that also kind of goes on to why we take forever to release, and we don't release for the most part, is because we're just perfectionists.
Quality.
And it's all about quality. And there's a saying that even Tina always reiterated. There's that theory that was made 100 songs and they would only record 10 and they would release one. So I mean, if you put that in perspective, every time you write, every time you make a song, like you're looking through the list of these songs that you got, and you just boil it down to you want the best of the best of the best. And, even if it's a good idea, you just want to polish it to the point where you're like, yeah, this guy, you got you don't want to just hurry because in retrospect, I mean, what kind of artists we are is we're always gonna hate that track if we rush a track and we're like, damn, we should have said this, we should have said that. But every time we hear it, no matter if hella people pick up on it and it ends up blowing up, we're gonna even probably hate it even more. And we're gonna be like, man, I really should have said this and this and this. Like, we really didn't take our time with, polishing it. But now we're at the point in time, and this is going into, just the years of, having outside, things that we're doing, but also kind of having that inner focus of never losing that artistry, like always having raps on the side that we're just always having raps in our head that we just got to get out type thing. And to the point where, working with Cotty and working with Top Cat and working with Skeets and working with all these fantastic producers, Cliff, people can work on spot. They can make the beat on spot, and now we can write the beat. Write our verse as the beat, is being made. So like that's really like dedicating, your words and your artistry to the track from scratch, and that's what I love best. Like I don't see me like moving away from that kind of technique and the way I'm doing things. Like it's freestyling in a way, but that's like the closest to freestyle I'm getting, and it's really off the top, like writing as you go type thing. It's what you feel in the moment, and that's what talking to other artists and other like elders in the music industry and the whole music scene in Seattle and the local artists and everything is just you want to. Music is about being in the moment. So like.
Yeah, so talk about being in the moment, talking about that. Talk about your guys' first performance at the Hendrix Music Academy, how that went. What do you guys remember about
That
that?
very first one, everybody remembers Luke forgetting lyrics
man.
and me remembering them.
I got the coldest. I got the coldest case of stage fright. That was my first time ever being on stage in front of more than 50 people, and then doing a song that I was not completely didn't know all the words for it. I just recorded it and I just put it out there because that's how it felt when I wrote it and recorded it. So it's like
Those verses were so hard on that
yeah,
track. That was warning.
that was
Let
warning.
everybody know.
That was
And Lou came up with
Yeah,
that
we
chorus
were
too. So
warning.
Lou created that whole song. Just to let you know, just to let the audience
yeah.
know.
What song, by the way?
Warning.
warning.
Yeah,
It was
cool.
a warning.
Yeah, Lou created that chorus. He created
What great
the whole
was it?
essence of the song. We wrote it in freshman year.
Freshman year.
Yep. Recorded it. Yeah.
Yep.
Freshman year.
Right at the Hendrix Academy.
And we performed it that summer.
Yep.
That was,
You gonna produce that one, huh?
Aurel.
Aurel?
Yep.
Wow.
Cuddy.
Wow. Come on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. That was the 40th memorial, right?
Yeah. No, that was the 38th, probably. The 40th had to be 2000 or no, that was the 40th. Oh, 2010.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That was 2010. Yeah. 2010. The 40th memorial. Dang.
So
Wow, for a decade. Oh, shit. We ran the. Oh, man.
so yeah,
It's like an NBA player. We've been running the conference, holding it down.
so like wrapping it all throughout high school and then getting into different colleges. How did you guys like maintain your friendship and maintain still like creating content, like creating music?
So, I mean, just having that connect of being at different high schools until, Lou at the same time, he took a class at Beach. So he's
I was practically at
he's the kind of Beach boy. He gets that Beach boy nod. Like, he ain't really a bulldog. He's a Beach boy at heart.
We ain't gonna go too far now.
You see the blue he wearing. And that was off the rip, but man, just having that kind of connect, even though we didn't go to we went to different high schools. Just being in that atmosphere, we can build, our own network at the space that we're in. Lou branching out at Garfield, me branching out at Franklin, Alternative School, Hill College, and Rainier Beach. Just connecting the dots pretty much everywhere we go. Like, it made it easy for us to be like, going to different colleges won't be so bad because that'll really make us branch out even more and really building, really expanding our relationships elsewhere and kind of connecting the dots because no matter what, nothing can take us from being best friends. Like, we're too much alike, like twins, but even more so than twins because we know twins that ain't, they hate how much they're alike or, or, they're not so much alike. So like we're really like connected to the point where we can probably, eventually be to the point where, we might get sent two different places on the planet and, we can connect the dots elsewhere. But it was all just natural as far as like really recognizing what we did in high school as seeing that distance wasn't really an issue. So,
Yeah.
Going to college was.
Because you guys were able to, during that time, come together to create the end of the decades event that happened at the Washington Hall in Seattle. So talk about that. Like, who was there? What do you remember from that? How was that?
Man, that was a lovely event. Man, a lot of faces, a lot of love, and a lot of talent. That's for sure. The town got some talent.
Well, the whole emphasis of the event, what I wanted out of it was that I wanted organically the local artists to come together on a collective. Like,
From Seattle.
Yeah, just regardless of what you do, no matter if it is like, singing, rapping, making artwork, drawing, doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
selling clothes,
customizing shoes,
selling jewelry, like whatever you do, come with it. Selling food, like for real, just having an overall festival because we need that type of communal love because that's what we're missing in this generation. Like, and that's our motivation as artists too. It carries us as motivation. It carries Jimmy as an artist. Is that love is really like that's love is the best drug. Like it can kill you because heartbreak, and it also can bring you to heights unknown. When you're feeling the most of it. So like basically what we grew up into, growing up in the 90s and stuff like that, there was a lot more of that you seen back then as far as like you just seen the artists like uniting more, like as far as house party movies and just different things that they were showing up on. The Fresh Prince was bringing on other people. Like there was just love all around. Like as far as like the black love was at an all-time high, pretty much. Like that was our peak so far. Like that was the 90s, and now you see it because now you see all these retrospect, like all these 90s, things being brought back is because that was the peak of our black love and our our true acceptance is because that was the time that we're most flourishing. But somewhere in the mid 2000s, we just got turned too ratchet. Like things started getting too ghetto and started getting ignorant, like to the point where we lost respect. Like our idols don't carry weight in representing us in how we want to be, represented and standing for values that we want to stand for. So
Yeah, finding that representation, you guys kind of like I thought that might have been what inspired you guys to open up a store and think and like talk about how you guys got the idea of that and how you guys created New Wave Clothing.
So I mean, we can tell the story about this thrift store, like shopping, like
because you guys were definitely trendsetters growing up, like with all the throwback clothes. Like I seen it myself, like I was a big like, wow, you guys know how to put these old school outfits together and make them look like they're new gen. Like,
right. Yeah. That's where me and Luke really connected as far as seeing outside the box because that's one thing that you're really embarrassed by when you're a kid is that even though we grew up in a predominantly black school that really was not the richest, they weren't of the even upper middle class, like it was low income middle class families, but there was that bougie narrative when we were kids that you had to have every drop of Jordans. You had to have, the freshest clothes and stuff like that. And we grew up in big families, or Lou, can tell you his story, but of being in a household that's mixed, of living with cousins and brothers, and but we both grew up in big families, so going to thrift stores was the only outlet that we really knew, and we'd see each other outside of school at the thrift store. And so that would be the only people I really see is Lou and maybe it was a couple other kids from Madrona, but no one really from our class, But like it was like an unkept secret that
Oh yeah, everybody's always talked down on Goodwill.
Exactly. Everybody used to talk like it was like
the brokers of the brokers.
That's what I'm saying. Like it used to be an insult if someone like said that you got your fit from Goodwill or doing stuff like that. So that's why every time that we come in with something we knew we got from the thrift store, but we knew we found and it just looked good, and that's really what it came from. Is you're making your own style because you got your life on the line. And free dress days at our school were rare. So you had that one day to really show out, and when you got that one day to show out, you really want to put an emphasis on I still got my swag and stuff like that. Everybody it's like all eyes. Like that's literally those memes where they talk about you laying out your fit before the night. Like I for real was laying out my fit hours before I even went to bed. Like I'm talking about maybe even days before the day even came up. Like I'm talking about I was ready for the day a month ahead. Like when it came out in the Panther print, our daily school newspaper, when it came out in the Panther print, yeah, I was on it. the Spirit Week for Free Dress Day was coming up. Oh yeah, we're on it because we went from a uniform school, from white collared shirts and blue slacks, and yeah, all we could wear at elementary was blue slacks. And then by the time we got to middle school, we were all wearing blue. We were all wearing blue tees, blue long sleeves, and blue slacks or khaki. And man, I don't know how we swagged it out, but somehow society, Jordan gave us the filthiest swag with that Madonna fit because the baby blue Dub Zeros went brazy with the fit, or the Jordan 20s that came out, the powder blue ones went crazy with the fit. Like, yeah, there was a lot of kids that had that shoe connect though, and I don't know how. There was kids. It felt like kids had like thousands of shoes back then.
It was way easy to get shoes back then. No one even cared about those.
But I'm saying,
Yeah, Stunt was able to get a lot
I'm
of
saying
kids.
Lou
back then.
Lou needs to tell the story of how he got the name Stunt because he was stunting on everybody.
Go ahead, Lou.
To be honest, it's crazy. So like, it all starts with goodwill. That's really what it is. Like, from a kid, me and my grandma we always went to Goodwill. I went and opened up. There was always this good stuff. I always found treasures at Goodwill. So I was always able to put so many outfits together. I always found T-shirts that went with the right jeans, that went with the right jacket, and I mean, it helped definitely like create my own style because these are like older clothes, hand-me-down clothes that people are donating. But at the same time, to me, those are treasures, those are values, and it's like it's crazy. Like, man, I got this from Goodwill. Like, I got this shirt from Goodwill. Like, these are all vintage, old schools. This is art from back in 1994. Like, it's I love it, you know. And so that's why I stick with it. I've always stayed with my style. I don't really do designer, but yeah.
Don't let us get some money.
Man, love it.
And then how, like, what were the challenges of creating a clothing store? And, like, just, it's great that you guys have this black business, and it's, like, it's so inspiring. So just talk more about that, like, keeping that business going on.
Well, we had a lot of help from our inner circle, and especially from, may he rest in peace, our good friend, great friend, Tudor Becker. He did all the man work for us as far as anything that we needed to do inside the store, putting up shelves,
Creating shoe racks.
Yeah,
I mean,
creating, just anything on the fly, like
just
hanging
being
up
there on a
anything,
daily
like,
basis. You know?
yeah, just being there for everything, being the manpower as far as hauling all the bags, like whenever we had a pop up, like he was for real deal a great help in us having that good jump start of our business because it happened during COVID, so it was a quiet year as far as traffic wise because no one was of course outside like that, but it was a good year as far as exposure and as far as really getting our whole brand out there and our name out there and really community support and that has been the greatest thing is being at these pop-ups and people are waiting for you. People already know your name and people are waiting for you to set up so they can come shop. And that's been unbelievable. And just connecting with people who are on the unfortunate side and just knowing their stories and stuff like that and be able to really be a big helping hand on their whole livelihood and just their everyday life because they're consistent on tapping in. They know that they can come to the store and they can have a safe place to shop and not feel like they're being watched and feel like they're on edge like the whole time being judged. So that's been a really good feeling as far as being an owner that can really stand on your values. Stay true to who you are, for real.
And then, so, you guys' friend Mala was locked up, and you guys were able to create a project together?
Yep.
Talk about that.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's on the mixtape, of course. The track is called "Words for Mala." I mean, man, you'll hear it all from what he has to say. Tell a story, but yeah.
Yeah, you'll hear it all from what he has to say on the track. It's on our debut album, Dropouts. And that debut album, as you guys know, was, if you look it up, obviously it's released in 2019. It's 10 years to the day. Well, not to the day, but around the time of where we started really rapping. So, 2009, around that early 2009 year, like January, February, where we started really taking rap serious and we entered the talent show and did our thing. But yeah, really having that, I guess, not so platform because obviously we don't have the popularity yet, but just having the ability to put something out there with quality
music that
exactly
people, if they listen to it, they would see the work you guys
and
put into it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm never ever putting out anything that later in life I would regret or anything, and I would want to retract. So that's basically what the whole essence of Dropouts was that it was that 10 years from when it was that whole experience from starting to rap to actually knowing how to rap and just really evolving as an artist and really knowing what you're doing as far as your motivation and your whole vehicle as far as why are you rapping in the first place? Like rapping, everybody wants to rap and get out the trenches. Everybody from the trenches. Like I'm probably from the trenches more than a lot of people are, but I won't talk about it because it's not in your face. I'm not that type of person where I want to stick it to you that my story is worse than yours because I don't want to make anybody. I don't want to be a sob story. I don't think anybody wants to be a sob story, but people want to just have that respect that I got it out the trenches type of talk, but you really want to have that. That's what makes you more valuable as an artist too. It's not just personally feeling like you're wholesome as an artist as far as recognizing who you are, but it's about like really internally giving your personal story because the more personal you are, the more relatable you are, the more you're really hurt. You're actually giving people that actually have something to attach to. Other than that, it's just talk. That's why those songs run up and then they fade away. But the songs that run up and consistently keep running up, that's why Juice WRLD was so popping. Is because he was so personal. Like it's hard for people to be personable because they don't want to be vulnerable. And I get that, but that's an insecurity you need to talk about. And I'm pretty sure everybody wants to hear, but you're not willing to give that to people. So, that's what really motivated us to also being inclusive to having smaller stories is because it's not always about us. Like, being class clowns and, our whole rapping, even though my lineage is Hendrix and Nez Perce and Chief Joseph's little brother Olacott, his great grandson, all this lineage to my name, I'm still from Seattle, Washington. I'm still from the state of Washington. I'm still from King County. I'm still so relatable in other outlets and other ways. I know so many other people that I can take their stories too and give them the platform too. And we have so much in our local arsenal that we have to be willing, and that's the whole sacrifice of coming together is that you're giving someone else that platform, regardless of if it profits for you or if it doesn't. It's all about just really showing that love as far as the more we really come together, the more everybody's gonna blow up because everybody knows somebody. Everybody knows somebody.
And so talk about your guys' latest recordings and what's on the horizon.
Man,
You want to talk
man, we're on to that skip to my loop. This is definitely gonna be something very special from us. Shoot, no exact ideas right now on the release date, but it's coming.
I'm waiting already because y'all been showing me the tracks, and I'm like, drop it now. But I know you guys are perfectionists for sure.
That's where the perfection comes into play, and also there's a project that's still behind that, but that's Case Appeal. That's the R&B album, you know, and that one is gonna come out. It's gonna have to come out. It's gonna have to come out.
One way or another.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, Class Clowns on streaming platforms, tapping with their music.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I know you guys have won like local contests to go like perform other places like the coast to coast. So talk about that experience and where you guys were taking with that.
The coast to coast before competition was definitely like it was eye opening for sure. We started, I guess it was like a competition. They did like a World Series where they went around the country.
Yep,
They did auditions and things like that, kind of like American Idol.
Yeah.
We did our competition.
One on my birthday.
Yeah, it was on Skip's B-Day, so it was only right that we
won alongside K-God.
Our man, Fairway.
Local.
Come on,
Yes,
Fairway. Come on.
Man, and I mean, from there, it took us a lot of places. We went to Miami and did our final championship competition there. And I mean, man, we met so many people there. It was crazy. Yeah, it was definitely a hell of an experience.
Definitely.
I mean, overall, that's really what it is. But
yeah. Speaking of another like local great musician, of course, we have Jimi Hendrix and the drawing in the background.
Mm-hmm.
What is each of you guys' favorite Jimi Hendrix song?
My favorite Jimi Hendrix song? It's tough. It's tough. Because of course, you know, and I hear it so many times, all his songs so many times. But it's gonna be cliche. But that's because I'm gonna just throw it out there right now. So
all right, let's say it on three.
okay.
All right, on 1, 2, 3.
Purple Haze. I hate this man. That's sick.
And we didn't win that.
Yeah,
we just came up with
when
that
you first
question.
asked me that question, I was like,
It's Step
I
Brothers.
know exactly. I know exactly.
We literally say the same word. Like this happens like every other day.
You guys are best friends match made in heaven, man. So getting along to like what's going on in the Seattle scene, do you guys think that they will bring the Supersonics back?
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
And why?
Hey, Supersonics on the way.
Yeah.
I don't know what year, but Supersonics on the way. I'm always gonna have that optimism. And I mean, you know, Silver said we're close to getting another team. We should be up front. I personally think we're good. We're gonna get this franchise off. We're gonna get some great signings. Katie, we can't wait to have you back.
On.
And you know, shoot, if we get the Supersonics,
oh, it's gonna be a wrap because
I'm
all the
getting
Seattle
courtside
players.
tickets. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there courtside. Quote me.
Come on.
Quote me.
Well,
I
that's
need
what
to be there.
That's what I'm gonna put on the initiative. Is that when Seattle gets the team, we better at least be at the platform we need to be at, and we will be whatever you need us to be. The Drake of the Raptors. You need us to do all that fanboy stuff. Oh, I'm here for all in, man. I'll be the squash. I'll be the mascot. I'll be
halftime show.
Hey, let me jump on the trampoline and dunk. Hey, that gets me courtside every game. I need courtside every game. I am talking big talk. I'm in everybody's ear. Braun's still playing. I'm really in his ear. Yeah. I'm in everybody's ear.
So, and then going from a team we don't have to a team that, you know, we love dearly, but it's been lost their way a little bit. You guys, what's wrong with the Seahawks this year? Like, what's up with the Hawks, man? Some of that, I mean, it's a lot, but some of that you can't.
Oh, I got to quit some of that. It's just a bad year. It's just a bad season. I call it that. We've had injuries. We've had bad calls. We've had bad play. But, I mean, yeah, I call it what it is. I mean, we got the emergence of, you know, Rashad Penny. That was a nice little way to end the season.
I don't know about an emergence, but he had a good outing. I feel like I can't say emergence.
I feel like
I'm not saying he's coming back and taking over Carson's job, but he will be getting that ball at least 8 times.
You think he's getting signed?
No.
Bottom line.
That's what I'm
Wait.
saying.
Bottom line. Hey, bottom line. Do you think there needs to be changes between either Russ or Pete?
I'd say Russ first.
If it was gonna be anybody, I let Russ go.
Yeah.
And keep Pete. I keep it on the real.
You got to.
But
Way hard to find a
I mean, think about it. Think about this free agency. Like we got Aaron Rodgers saying he's out. He don't want to be in the Packers.
Hey,
If that happens, and Devontae Adams says he's out. They call it the last dance. I need that.
that's what I'm saying. If we
Deshaun Watson, you know, if he gets through his stuff, you know, that's another option. You got routes. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I love Russ. Obviously, we have Russ since day one. He wants to retire. Say he wants to retire as a Seahawk. I wouldn't mind if he retired as a Seahawk, but I know that Seattle can move on and we can make other moves. We have the right pieces right now. I think the defense stepped up. MVP for me was Jay Brooks. He definitely came out and stepped up for, newcomer of defense. Man.
I think
I
him
still love
and
my
Trey
squad.
Brown.
Yeah. You know, Trey Brown got out early, and we still got Marquise Blair who tend to get injured, but you know.
And Quandre though. Quandre had an All-Pro season.
Quandre,
Oh,
he's
definitely.
considered a star. He's with those guys.
He's first priority on that extension.
Yeah. We got trios.
But this traces back to the idea of not even the idea, the concrete fact that we do not have a basketball team. We do not really have a baseball team. We have good players always.
The M's on the come up though.
That's what I'm saying. It's taking us finally to have changes at the front office. You know, getting King Griffey Jr. in there, getting a whole lot of former players that were for the winning, and getting all of these business-minded people out. You know, because that's what we've been known to do. We shop, players.
Draft the best ones and ship them out.
But year after year, we get so close to the playoffs, and we make people look good just to sell them. So that's kind of like our whole deal, deal and everything. So we really wait all year for the Seahawks. Like things aren't good in Seattle until the Seahawks start playing. Like
other than the Seattle
things
Storm,
get tense.
can't
like,
knock them out, man. Love
I'm saying
love the lady.
I'm saying Seattle was at an all-time high of. Like, even on the national level, we had CHOP. We took over Capitol Hill, and we took over a police station.
A lot has
Shit
happened.
was tense in Seattle.
A lot has happened.
Like, I'm saying, it was the whole racial tension, the whole police, tension and everything. Like, it was, really, tense energy, all around. And every time the Seahawks play, everybody comes together to watch the Hawks.
That's true.
So
That's
for us
true.
to treat, for the players
No matter
to treat
what kind of
this
season
season,
it's
well,
gonna be.
not the players, certain players, to treat this season like it's just a washover and you can just redo. Like we're not a forgetful people. Like we're not a forgetful people like that because we all look forward to this. We look forward to it season after season. Come together for the 12. That's the reason why we're the 12s and we're not the 10s for the Mariners. We don't pack out the Mariners game faithfully even when we lose. No, we don't do that because we care about the Seahawks. We care about football. We're really a football city. Been a football city since forever. We've been the 12 since forever. Chief and Colin.
You can hop on the phone if you want.
Let's see.
I just finished up.
Chapin. Hey, Aaron Rodgers to Seattle? I like it.
He's ours.
You're talking. You're live.
Yeah.
You heard it here
Cheese
first.
head off.
From Chief, man. The Chief, the main cheese head,
Where's
man.
from Chief?
Yeah, man.
Well, thank you for tuning in. You've heard it first.
Come on.
All right, y'all.
Come on.
Come on.
Man, it's that Seattle stuff.
Come on.
Come on. More to come. There will be a series with Chief.
Oh man, the hits.
About singles.
My favorite hit that we released so far. My favorite that we put out is
One, two, three.
Prime
Scorpio. Okay, so it's a little different one. Hey, that's how we was it. But no, I get what you're saying with Prime Time. Prime Time is, man, that's a powerful song right there.
It's just, yeah. I mean, obviously, I produce the beat on both, but Prime Time, like, I talk about the fam in that, and I talk about just like the whole idea of Prime Time is seeing people in their prime, like having the ability to recognize when they're in their prime and giving them their flowers when they're in their prime. And so, like, when the video eventually comes out, it'll be kind of based around just being around the people that actually love you and actually give you that energy you actually
Being in
need
your prime.
and basically, having your family around to keep you up, because it's already, stay afloat. Like, that's come on, hey, come on, man. Come on.
What you mean? Come on.
Come on.
Freedom. Right. That's really what it's about.
Yeah. Right. Come on.
Yeah. Welcome to the Town Talk.
Yeah, that was Cheap, everybody. We'll be having him on this series for sure.
Cheap,
Coming
man.
up.
Come on.
Third.
But yeah, it's been a good first episode, y'all. Next time on the next episode of Town Talk with New Wave Clothing, we will dive into more of your guys' music along with more of your guys' custom pieces. Like we're gonna get some of that on video.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Actually,
So show that off real quick and then get your guys.
This is a collab with, another local brand, Paradise Avenue South. You feel me?
Sir.
You see, we do the bleaching and tie-dyeing. We've been doing bleaching for over 6 years now.
Yeah, it's about
So
7.
Yeah, going on 7 years or so. Yeah, man, we've been doing it for a while, but we've been thrifting for our whole lives. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Keep tapped in. So
Yeah, and go ahead with your guys' closing words.
you want to go first, or
There you go.
closing words? Give flowers while you still can. Yeah. People don't live forever. Legacies do.
Shoot, I just want to say thank you and shout out to everybody for tapping into the Town Talk.
Come on.
Man, thank you. This is amazing. We love it, and man, we're trying to see this.
Come on.
Hey man, y'all make
Hey,
me work.
God.
Y'all make me work, man. And this is only the start, man. We have a little bit of technical difficulties, but great video. Camera quality is great. Y'all spoke from the heart. Only episode 1. See y'all next time. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank you.
Come on.